Hello, my name is Viticus. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to more MENACE, where we are continuing our campaign on expert difficulty and in Ironman mode. And we are faced right off the jump with a bit of a conundrum. Not only do we have our choice of planets to go to, we do have this alien infestation mission that has one turn remaining before it's gone. We have two different flavors here on Backbone. We have an alien mission and we have the Rogue Army, which I'm not really sure I'm ready for given the state of our squad. And we have another pirate mission that we could do for Zane Beecher over on Mott. We have 0 Backbone rep, but as I'm going through, it seems like something I should get, just get something on the board. But as I'm looking through, there's nothing immediately jumping out. Supply drop is fine. It's good. Rocket run, sure, I guess, maybe. Auto supplies is fantastic if you've got a lot of vehicles that you want to put on the field. Advanced med bay is really nice. Like, ultimately, I think that might be the most attractive thing here, just to keep more squaddies in the fight. Like, that would be a nice long-term investment. But nothing else is really jumping out at me. Dice, we already are working towards Info Hub. We've already used a bunch of our OCI to, again, boost our squaddies, and I'll kind of go over that here in a minute. But Info Hub is kind of the big thing we're saving for. But I mean, they've got the anti-personnel mines, which honestly, I'm looking at as a useful armament option, as well as even maybe thinking about decoys at some point. I've never used them, but the idea of like creating false sensor contacts to get the enemy to take missteps and maybe advance towards a target that isn't there. I'm not sure how it works, but that seems interesting to me. And then here with Zane Beecher, we've already got the two things I'm mainly concerned with, but AI logistics, again, if we decide to go vehicle heavy at some point, minus 15% supply cost for all deploying vehicles, and that does stack, by the way, is pretty huge. Not to mention the old tried and true auto laser turret. So these are what I'm considering, but I don't know that there's necessarily advantage there. I think I still want to stay away from Rogue Army. I'm tempted to go back to Dice and finish this one off because it's only got one turn left. Like, if we pick anything else, by the time we get out, this will be gone. So I'm kind of leaning towards going back for some more aliens. When we look at our OCI, remember last time we ended up doubling up on our Woo. So now every successful mission, we're getting 4 squaddies, and we have our upgraded medical bay to at least a regular medical bay now. So we're getting 2 squaddies revived with a 30% chance to revive each subsequent casualty. So combined, I think we're okay there. We do have a repair bay up for our vehicle, so as long as we don't outright get a vehicle destroyed, we should be okay. And that shouldn't be a problem, at least for this next mission, because Bog is weary. So I have to pull him out and sit him on the bench, or risk having him get exhausted. And we do not want our only pilot to get exhausted. So this next mission, I have already removed him. Bog's got
back to the good old days.
Okay.
Real legs and abs. God, those abs.
I've never heard that voice line before. I'm sorry that you lost your abs, and more importantly, I'm sorry that you lost your legs. I didn't know that about you. Well, the good news is you can sit back and relax, watch some reruns, have some beers, because we're not going to need you on this one. But that does leave us a little vulnerable. Also, it means that we're getting close to having to rotate other people out as well. And I've been trying to be proactive about it, but until they show up with that weariness debuff, there's no guarantee that I have anticipated it correctly. So it puts more pressure on the existing squad, which means that's another reason I don't want to take on Rogue Army right now without a vehicle. Now, I could recruit somebody, get another pilot. It's only 60, and we do have some items that we can trade right now to make that happen. But the problem is our authority is only at 48. So if I take another 30 authority hit to get somebody recruited, that's going to tank our discipline. And that's going to be a hell of a long time before we get it back up there again. And I really am not comfortable doing that. I'd like to have it over 75-ish or so preferably even at 100 before I add somebody new to the mix. Obviously, if we get desperate, we'll do what we got to do. But having just brought aboard Sing not too long ago, I think that we're just going to try to ride this out. We do have some items that we can trade on the black market for, and we probably should look at some of those things too. Some of the things that I'm thinking of keeping is the boarding commando jet suit, and because it offers something that's very, very unique in that it has the 7 tiles that you can use the jump jets for, and it's heavy armor, which again, I've only used this once in terms of my time with the game, and I did it on a softcore run. I wasn't really that impressed at the time, but I also didn't really care about preserving every single squad leader at every given moment too, because I wasn't playing on Ironman. And tech could already rear this and not be encumbered by it. And so the idea of putting like a jump capable tech who can jump in with a heavy weapon and just kind of unleash hell at short range does amuse me. So I think we're going to hold on to that and anything else that provides us with a unique advantage. We don't need more outcast rigs. We've already got that covered. I've got Darby in one right now as well. And if she needs to take a mission off, somebody else can wear it. And honestly, the scavenger suits, they're fine, but I'd almost rather start getting more load-bearing rigs into the mix just for additional accessory slots. Also, we have a backup LTC, which I'm going to keep because we do not have the ability to replace a destroyed vehicle. But I'm also not a fan of the light walker. The ceramic plating, I'm going to hold on to for down the road in case we come up against more enemies that are using energy-based weapons. That seems like a handy, unique advantage for a unique situation. So I'm going to hold on to that definitely. So we have some things to get rid of. And over here on the purchase side, like way down here in rare items, I would love to get my hands on this target designator. But I don't know that it's worth 360 points. I don't know what to call it in black market. Points, currency, black market chips, whatever. I don't know that it's worth it. I tend not to buy anything down here in the rare items section because you're paying such an exorbitant premium that I'm not sure that it's really ever worth it. So yeah, it brings us to some interesting questions. So I'm going to have a think about this for a minute. I think we're going to go do the alien mission, which helps out a little bit. If I look at my OCI in terms of what we have, if I look at my squads in terms of where we have a need, having Darby just be a low-level spotter works, but if it's all hands on deck, I may need her to have an actual big girl gun, which I do, obviously we could put her in the regular carbine, but I wish there was an infantry special weapon that really aligned with her abilities. But unfortunately in the black market, there's just nothing out there right now, like in a sniper category, anything like that really makes a lot of sense. I could go ahead and buy her a regular crowbar. That is a great gun to have at range, and that might be the best option right now, other than the pipe gun. And because without the vehicle on the field, we'd have enough supply that I could probably fill her squatty count a lot more without having to worry about it. So that may be the call. But I'm gonna pause the recording, have a think about this, come up with a strategy, and kind of sell some stuff off, and then jump back in once I've kind of made a determination on how we're going to proceed. I'll be right back. Okay. So I think what we're going to do is this. I'm going to trade all this stuff, some of these extra pirate guns, some of the extra ammo, the extra walker that I've got, and a couple extra scrap bombs. I'm going to pick up a crowbar for Darby. I'm going to pick up one of the load-bearing rigs, and I'm actually going to pick up the sidearm, this HPS sidearm, which I was not a believer in until I had a recent campaign, offline campaign, where I just picked one up. I'm doing one that's kind of like for science, just to try different things that I normally don't fall into, because I obviously have some favorite weapons, favorite squaddies, and favorite accessories that I use pretty consistently. And so I'm kind of getting outside my wheelhouse that playthrough and like intentionally trying to use things that I don't normally use just to become a little more well-rounded in the game. And it's kind of amazing how much ammo one of these can save one of your squad leaders when ammo is precious. Things like destroying objectives or finishing off a enemy that has just a sliver of health these actually do come in pretty handy if you got somebody who's going to be close range. So I think I've got a plan for how to use that. We've already got some good accessories and grenades here. So I think we're going to go ahead and do this trade. And then when we go to the mission select, I already got us on the alien infestation mission on dice. I think we're going to go with this reclaim settlement. You can see we have 983 supply ready to burn. So our first mission would be a reclaim settlement here. And the reward would be reduce the infantry unit supply cost by 15%, which means we can really go crazy, since that is going to be important for when we get bog back. Having that 15% means we don't completely need to basically gut our squad in order to get the vehicle back into play. So I think that's the plan. So when I look here, even with tech, with the boarding commando suit, which I don't know that I'm going to use it, but I'm just saying just for kicks, this thing costs $225, by the way, by itself, compared to the, the RMC fatigues, rather. So I could put him in a scavenger suit and be less armored, but still have more accessory slots and things. And that may be the better choice. And we may not want to encourage him to get too close to aliens if we don't need to. I don't know that I have that much faith in the armor, but I kind of wanted to prove a point. And I think what I'm going to do with him too, speaking of accessories, we don't have our radar unit, right? And I was talking about how useless that handheld radar is comparatively, and it's not great. Obviously, the vehicle one is much, much, much better, but quick hands on tech. He's the only person in the squad that has access to this. And I think it normally goes in conjunction with trying to build him as a grenadier. But I think in this case, using him for things like the pistol or using him for things like the handheld radar makes sense. But that means accessory slots are going to become a premium too. So I think with our 119 points and the fact that we have ample room in our supply cap, we get both.
Yo! Met my black ass? Yeah! Met my black ass up, fam!
I don't know that we necessarily have determined that he's going to be a grenadier at this point. If I am going to put him in heavy armor, I'm kind of actually thinking Die Hard, especially if he's somebody who I don't need to run a maximum squatty count with. I mean, obviously he's got the buff ability, so running with him with a huge squad actually helps him stay alive, but it's not necessary. The other half of this is really to remove the encumbered effect when he's carrying heavy weapons, or in this case, heavy armor. But we can figure that out. We're full send maybe, but we can figure that out. But for right now, I think what I'm going to do is utilize him with the handheld radar, and then maybe go ahead and throw the pistol in there just for kicks. He's going to have a full squad, so he doesn't need to solely rely on his ammo for the light chain gun. And I still think I might keep the light chain gun as what he's doing just for additional suppression fire. I debated getting the flamethrower for something up close in case we have close encounters of the third kind that we need to reach out and touch someone at short range. But I don't know. I think the flexibility of the chain gun just makes it better. I'm going to keep the RPG on Marta, just in case we get some heavy bugs that need to be taken out that are armored. And I am keeping the CSP on her. I debated going back to a longer range weapon, but I think that she's still better off going this way. I am going to go ahead, I think, since she is relatively cheap to upgrade, and we don't have a vehicle this time, this would spend all of our remaining promotion points, but I don't know if it's worth it to go ahead and get her athletic. I may hold off, actually, since we did just do a double upgrade on tech. I think I talked myself out of it. And then Darby, we're kitting her out with the crowbar. I don't know that we need smoke in this engagement. Trying to see if anybody else has that on there. So I think we go ahead and get rid of that, and we give her extra ammo. No, we can't. We're out of extra ammo. Apparently, Carter's got all of it. She's got 2. Oh, he's got 2. Honestly, I might do, since we have so much room to spare, I may throw him in a load-bearing rig as well. Look at all that, man. Like, this guy could go crazy with stuff. So I think if we have to, we can give him... Maybe he's got so much ammo for the primary weapon. Go ahead and give him a flamethrower in case somebody gets close. Let's go back out to the black market real quick. I never want to get killed for a lack of shooting back. So I think this is the play here. So that's 80 we got to come up with. I don't know that we're going to need multiple RPGs. At least of this kind of RPG. I think I saw the bundle grenades. What else can I part with? Yeah, one of the thermite. There we go. That way Darby can get at least one of these additional. Honestly, I could throw probably throw a chain gun in here. Let's get back in the mission select so I can see what I'm up against. I'm just trying to use every available point that I can because I have it to spare for once without the vehicle present. And we can give him... So I'll give him an extra special weapon in case we do need the flamethrower. And whatever. Let's think. I think he's going to be more than fine on shots. I'll give him a smoke just in case there's something. Just in case there's something we need to get out of jail free card on, and we need to obscure vision. I don't know that we need to though. I think I might talk myself out of it again. Whatever. I'll just give him all of the... Sorry, OCD. I can't have the ammo types not together. So, Sachin, incredible amount of fire support. And he has a flamethrower in case things get up close and personal. We've got Tech here ready to go. He's going to also be our motion scanner. And he's got his backup sidearm in case anything gets close. Although, with this case, with so much ammo going around, I don't know that he needs this, honestly, this round. I think it's kind of a fun little thing I wanted to have, and it does come in handy. It literally does. I was kind of wanting to showcase that. But I think in this case, we may go give him a grenade. Since he's got a low accessory cost right now, like that, he's got that ability, might as well give him a grenade in case we need one. Marta's good to go. She's on the RPG. Darby's got her upgraded crowbar. She's got her upgrade to a crowbar, rather. And I'm just throwing a chain gun on in case she needs to go full support fire. We still have room left, and that's with everybody squatted out. I could do another promotion, but at that point I might be just getting greedy, and it's probably best to wait. I don't know, ambush would be super nice though. I was trying to build towards that. You know what? We're doing it. We're doing it. You know what? This is Iron Man. There could be no tomorrow.
Service is always an act of valor.
We're doing it. And that gives her the ability to do a lot more damage and have a lot better accuracy when she's concealed, which hopefully she is most of the time. Sweet. Okay. I feel pretty good about this. We kind of, we're making some impulsive decisions, but I don't think that they're the wrong impulsive decisions. We have to complete this mission within 10 rounds or 14 rounds. Those are secondary to me. You guys know that by now. Destroy 70% of all enemy forces, rather. Sorry. Destroy more than 70% of all enemy forces, which means there's no reason to circumvent these guys. We should just go right at them and kick them in the teeth. All right. Yeah, let's jump in. I feel good about this. He said ominously, I've got a really good feeling about this, guys.
These motherfuckers.
Cool. We know this planet well. We know this enemy well. So let's jump in.
Eyes open.
Moving to waypoint.
Oh, yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Guardsmen at the ready.
Okay.
Always ready.
Let it turn. All right, Marta, here we go.
Where these motherfuckers at?
Major,
Heck, I have a feeling we're going to find him real soon.
Eyes and ears.
I'm going to come up here, use the terrain. Okay, our first contestants have shown themselves. Let's go ahead and use the crowbar at max range.
keep them landing.
She's visible to them now that she's opened fire. I don't know that I necessarily care. But just out of, I think what I'm going to do is pull back. I'm just playing this conservative at this point.
Yeah. Making a play.
See, look at that chain gun. I like that. Yeah, I think maybe, well, no, I don't think it makes a difference. Yeah, he didn't hit nothing.
We good.
That's a shame.
At your service.
I wanted to draw them close. I don't know. Maybe I should have just like not worried about Darby so much. I'm just so conditioned to protect her as an asset, especially when we had 3 squaddies, that I wasn't.
Sir?
I wanted to pull her back, but
Bugs!
oh boy, now that's a different story. Hello, big boy. Well, you're not in range yet. I don't know that she can even close the gap. Again, not having the athletic perk, I think actually hurts her a little bit. So we're gonna pull her back too. I'm waiting for this guy. He's probably gonna show an interest. Oh no, he's gonna fuck off into the fog of war. I got no problem with that.
Move it, Jingwei.
Go ahead and tuck you into cover. Start of the next round, we'll have to worry about him. So Sachin, since you're the one who's mostly visible and probably the most vulnerable to this guy, let's go ahead and have you start up. And you've got the most ammo. Like, you have 40 shots with this thing. Let's go. I think I go ahead and instead of moving him back, I'm just going to have him hunker down, because this guy is either going to turn and fire or can keep moving on into the fog of war. We'll find out which real soon. Okay, so he's trying to get cute and flank us on the left.
Eyes
So
open.
now that I saw him kind of come back this way, we're going to send Darby out over here to meet him and try to reacquire. We don't have enough to take action right now, but we at least have him in our sights. What can Marta do? Again, not taking the athletic and not having a vehicle to like throw her in the back of with mobile infantry. Like if this is mobile infantry, I could throw her in the back, have her pop out, take an RPG shot, and send that guy to hell. But I got to be a little more careful now.
Bounding!
All right, she's visible there. I'm going to back her up 1.
About time, man.
Tech, you're going to move up here just to kind of check our flank over here. I think we're good on that. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's use the, this is what we brought it for, right? Why guess when we can use the radar?
Yeah.
Super short range didn't tell us anything we didn't already know, but it did tell us that we don't have any other surprise guests that are just in close proximity. So that's good at least.
Orders?
You can reach him with your gun, so let's go ahead.
sights are sharp. Stay on him, 103rd.
Yeah, let's move you back one. Two good shots. I do like that the radar pings him for 2 rounds, so we know where this guy's at. Wish our long-range accuracy was a bit better, but I'm not going to complain too much.
At your service.
I guess now it's a question of who do we move into danger and how cocky do we get in case other people decide to show up. Oh, I forgot I had him kneeling. Can we get any shots on here?
Always ready. Roger. Hostile.
Oh, okay. Well, we got another fun little guy, a blaster right behind him. Both of these guys can create problems at range. Neither one of these are good news. And the fact that they're traveling together doesn't fill me with a lot of joy or confidence. Especially because no matter who I act with first next round, one of them is going to get a chance to go unless we kill this bug now. But I don't know that I've got the range to do anything about that bug right now. So I think the best thing I can do with her is not put her in a position where she's seen 2, because then at least I've only got 2 potential targets for them instead of 3.
Yeah.
All right, so now we have to kill this thing and
Orders?
see if we can get Tech back out of danger.
At your service.
Who's got the best shot on this guy? Medium accuracy.
All right.
Tech, low accuracy. So that answers that. And that's not the order of operations I would have wanted. And then what's this guy's effective range? So he's highlighted here in the white. So he can hit both our guys. All right, rather than waste Tech's turn entirely, I think we go ahead and we give it a shot.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Squashed it.
Now let's pull you back out of harm's way.
On it.
Let's see what this guy does.
Orders.
Him missing that was really nice. Really, really nice for us. Now, it leaves Sachin in a position where we can get some shots on him.
Ha! On target.
Don't have enough to pull him back, unfortunately, but I think we're committed at this point. All right, and then we have some other party caches here. That's okay.
Sir?
Marta, move up 1. Take a knee. Get the better accuracy. See if you can hit with this RPG. Damn it.
Let's do this.
Yeah, no, I'm not laughing about that. It's really hard with Marta in the opening rounds because of her Martian heritage, giving her that. She starts with a -15, and then it goes down to -10, and then -5, and then after round 4, she'll have a baseline accuracy. So I was really hoping that putting her on her, deploying her rather, would help with that, but apparently not.
Hustle,
All right.
103rd.
Darby, you're hitting from stealth, so you should be able to do more damage.
Contact.
Not great, but we'll take what we can get. It's going to make next round real interesting with these guys here too. So what do we have? These are our spitters, so they can attack at range. They will definitely get shots off. I've got 2 exposed units here in Marta and Sachin, both of which could risk casualties at this point, but I think since I've already got her in position, I'm committed to the rocket launcher at least one more time.
Rifle range is always open, Marine.
You are
You don't have
killing
to be
me.
mean.
Well,
Sorry.
you just...
I'll do better next time.
Well, that's what there is the next time. I should have just used your gun. You should have just used the gun. He missed again. That is amazing for us. That's amazing for us. So,
At your
Sachin,
service.
since you are mobile, what? Beautiful.
Good shit.
We don't have enough for these guys. I'm kind of committing at this point. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. I could either play it cautious and pull him back and then take the chances that they shoot at either they, you know, if they advance, they get tech out in the open, they get Mart out in the open, or maybe shoot him behind a cover, or do what I did, roll the dice and see if we can do enough damage to make them waver and flee.
Yeah.
All right, move up. They're already on the way out. He's only got 13 shots left, so I think we can do a couple with the chain gun.
Bugs here!
Let's do this.
All right, let's use your concealment. Move you up one just to get you a little closer.
On target.
And then we'll go a couple chain gun shots to
That's
Save-
it, Marines.
save the crowbar ammo. Arda. I
Good
gotta
job.
just
Thanks
get
so
the
much.
I just need to get the RPG away from her because it's too much responsibility. But if I switch her out to something like maybe she should have been on flamethrower duty, something you literally have to almost try to miss with up close, and given the rocket launcher to somebody else who could be counted on to have good accuracy. But she did what she needed to there. That's fine. All right, let's move in.
Orders?
Got another bombardier.
Bringing up the rear.
All right.
I'm not trying to be too cocky about this, so I think what I'm going to do is hit the radar. So we have somebody over here that we need to pay attention to. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and I'm tempted to take this point, but I don't know what this is, and this could really ruin his day if we get too cocky with it. So I think I'm just going to keep everybody together. We'll deal with that as we push in, unless it makes itself known.
Orders?
Kind of start going towards the center here. We know from the radar ping there's nothing else here, so I'm going to move her back here.
At
And again,
your
maybe
service.
we can get eyes on this thing if it decides to move in.
Always ready.
Gonna
Proceeding.
move everybody up. Keep everybody together at this point.
Orders?
Okay, let's go ahead and move you into the capture point. Let's move you here. Here. I move you over one, just in case something comes from here. We need to have cover from it. That's a good spot for you. Just hold that position,
At your
please.
service.
Always ready. Proceeding to cover.
And then, Tech, we're going to do the same thing right here. We're going to come here. We're going to go here. Here. And then we're going to have you use the radar again.
Orders?
All right, we're already out of range of this thing because the range on this radar is so small. It's almost not even useful for an open area. I think where that handheld is going to come in real handy is on that new map that they added in patch 8, where it is a CQB kind of a city map with a lot of breaks to line of sight, where you're talking about a lot of tight corridors and streets and alleyways. That's where that's going to come in handy. More so than kind of open LOS maps like this are relatively open, I should say. It's not completely open, but you get what I'm saying. All right, Darby, let's have you move in a little bit more. We still need to destroy 4 more forces.
Eyes on.
Okay, so that's another bombardier. So we have one over here and one here. I definitely think we take shots because she can fall back if I need to.
Contact.
So I think we, or do we just go ahead and take it? I think let's just take the other shot. We might be able to kill this thing. All right, not quite. We're still at max range though. Let's hope it doesn't just turn around and just completely wipe her squad.
At your service.
All right, cool. It decided not to fire at all, which I'm not going to complain.
Heading to cover.
Sachin, move in. He is just shy of being able to get his shots off, so I'm going to move him here and go ahead and duck down, trying to give him the most cover as possible. I'm leaving this open for Darby to be able to duck behind here and take shots on this guy at the start of the next round. So I'm not trying to eliminate all of her cover options right now. And Marta, you can duck in right behind where she is and hold there. All right, this is an issue.
Bugs here!
This is an issue. So,
Sir?
Marta, I have to trust you again on a rocket launcher. So you need to move in one.
Going to cover!
And I need you to hit this, young lady. Actually, I need you to go ahead and take a knee because you're not going to really have anything else you can do after that. Take a knee. Take a deep breath. Think about Mars and everything you want to protect back home. And pretty please, with sugar on top, kill the fucking bug.
Here we go!
You at least hit. I'm proud of you for hitting. That guy moving first to kind of waddle his fat ass off the screen is huge for us because now it lets Sachin go in here. And we're not in flamethrower range. He's already down on the ground, so we're just going to chew this guy up.
Oblige them.
All right. We either kill him or make him flee at this point. Hit him. Outstanding.
Back at that bug good.
Outstanding, Marines. Well done.
Yeah.
And then, Tech, we definitely get you in here to the party a little bit
Taking defense.
more. And we're going to do another ping. Just keeping our head on a swivel. So we still know we have a bombardier out here. And he will probably make himself known very shortly. So let's, I'm going to keep you here in case he moves up. If he moves up and I move you here, then you're out in the open. At least if he moves up now, you've got some cover.
Let's do this.
All right. Darby. Let's have you take this spot. And let's finish this guy up. Actually, should we just chain gun him? Can't reach. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, I agree. Good job. That feels better than leaving him as a loose thread. All right, now let's have you come up here and duck in. Go ahead and hunker.
Bugs! Gross.
Let's take some chain gun shots. Why not?
That's it, Marines.
That's got them fleeing. And what the hell? I'll put a regular shot into him just to... Yeah, take him out. Just trying to evenly use this as much as possible to give the light chain gun a little bit of use to spare her crowbar in case we needed to use it for other targets that are at extreme range.
At your service.
All right, let's get in behind the barrier. Hunker down.
Always ready.
And then we're going to do the same thing with you, young lady. We'll have you come in here and hunker here in this corner.
Planetary
Perfect.
Jingwei. Always bold, always proud.
And that's it. However, I guess we're going to lose one or the other in terms of secondary missions. We can either complete the mission within 14 rounds, take the win and get out of here, or we could destroy, or faff about and try to kill one more. I guess we do have another round, don't we? We have another round to kill one more thing. But we don't really have one more thing on the map, and I have to go chasing it, and I don't know that I feel confident in that. So I think we just take the win. It's like, why get greedy, right? Let's just take the win and get out. Yeah, that feels right. Nice. Okay. So yeah, 2 missed objectives, but I'm not really that worried about it. I think we did very, very well. 0 damage taken. Everybody performed admirably. Carta, a little shaky in the opening rounds, not going to lie. That RPG missing could have led to casualties. I'm not blind to that, and I'll basically note that for the future. But honestly, she came in clutch when it needed to. She didn't kill the bug outright, but she definitely softened it up so Sachin could take it out. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Next time, we'll jump right into collect samples and go straight at them. And now I want to check our squad, because now we can get the old man back into play and start rotating out our infantry folks so that they can avoid the debuff, hopefully, as well too. So when we start next mission, we'll get Gary off the couch, strap him into the LTC, and then get him back into action, and then sit somebody else down and proceed to the next mission. This is good. Good mission. We made some good progress. We made some intelligent choices, I think, in terms of how we are spending and allocating our black market resources. We beefed up the squad. We got a couple good upgrades for people, especially in tech. I think this is going to pay off long term. He definitely needed bags and belts long term, even if it's just for ammo. And I truly believe Quick Hands is going to come in very, very useful. Even if it's not for the radar in every mission, I think between grenades and other accessories, that is going to come in clutch for him down the road. Because that retains its usefulness, even if he's only got a squad of like 3 or 4 people, right? So I think it's good. Thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys stopping by again, and we'll see you next time for more Menace. See ya.